What's up, everybody? Today we have a very exciting day because today we get to take a look at one of the most OP accounts in all of Summoner's War, 4Baby's account on the Korea server. We took a look in another video on his specific RTA builds for some of his RTA units. Now we get to see a more in-depth on his units just in general for like Guild Wars, Arena Defense, Arena Offense, etc., dungeons. Whatever, based on everything that he has out on his island. He's got a lot of stuff out. And also, more importantly and more relevant right now, is we get to take a look at the different artifacts that he has on some of his units and try to theorize, like, oh, this is why he has this on this. This is why he has that on that. Because we haven't really gotten to take a look at too many high-level players' artifact build. So I thought that would be a really great thing. And this guy is such a great guy. I really like to watch him. I don't speak Korean, so I can't like communicate with him, but he's super cool. Twitch.tv/4baby, I believe, is where you can catch him. And he shows people runes and builds and stuff like that on the stream as well. So I thought it'd be great. Maybe he even can expound on, like, if I'm like, oh, I don't know why this is on here. Maybe he can even expound more. Even though he speaks Korean, sometimes people in chat will translate. Anyway, let's go take a look at all the stuff that he's got here, because he's got a lot of LDs, he's got a lot of Nat5s, he's got a lot of OP stuff. Nice, amazing speed on this Orion. This is all you really need on. So it looks like actually Orion has an HP artifact and a defense artifact and nothing else. We won't really take too much of a look at the Orion necessarily. Accuracy. Accuracy is not bad. Accuracy and HP, that's why he's there. The damage received from all these different... Damage received is not that bad, actually. I would stick that on, like, Guild War defense or Arena defense. That looks like that to me. Anyway, we don't really need to take too much of a look at Orion if he doesn't even have any runes on there. Also, by the way, the artifacts, if you guys haven't done too much with the artifacts just yet, if you're just, like, popping in to start doing artifacts now. Artifacts are not the same in RTA, like, just automatically as your regular. You have to re-rune them again. And the artifact, what do you guys feel? The artifact system, like, there's, like, you accidentally overwrite artifacts. It's, like, kind of wonky. You don't get to really sort. I don't really like the artifact management. I've talked to a couple other people that don't like the artifact management either. What do you guys feel about the artifact management? Because I'm not, like, the biggest fan. I think that there's still a lot that needs to be worked on and changed with that stuff. Anyway, that's just another thing that's neither here or there. Let's take a look at this Molong. 50k HP Molong. Oh my god. HP. No, it's not. That's not that slot. HP. He's slow, though. This is slower than I would normally see for a Molong, but very, very tanky. Very, very tanky. And he's got HP. Of course, he's got HP. Skill 2 accuracy. Skill 3 accuracy is pointless. Skill 3 crit damage. Was that... Maybe this was originally on someone else? Because the skill 2 accuracy and the flat HP is really the only thing. And that's the thing with a lot of these artifacts is, like... For the most part, you use them for like 2 different substats and you use them for like the primary stat. That's basically about it. Another HP. Damage received from light minus 8%. Damage dealt on fire plus 2%. I don't know if there's necessarily... I think it's mostly just for the HP, honestly. Just it's a water and it's an HP type artifact. Let's take a look at the runes on Emilio. Nice that we can actually see... Accidentally clicked on the other one. That's not that you guys have runes that look like this. I know you do on your account. You're like, oh wow, that's not anything too crazy. Nice. His Amelia looks like mine. Maybe we can like that's not anything too crazy either. Looking at him, like, how often does he use him? I don't see him use Amelia very much actually. So don't get that excited. I don't see him use Amelia very much. Maybe in like Guild Wars or something like that. But anyway, what does he have? Defense over here. Speed under inability effects. Damage received on light. Damage dealt on water. I think it's mostly just for the flat stat. And it looks like it's also speed under inability effects. Whenever she would get inability effect, she's going to get a turn more. So it actually makes sense kind of on Amelia. For the same reason it makes sense on Raccoon and Juno. Flat attack. I'm not sure why this is on flat attack for her. Skill 1 crit damage. Speed plus portion to lost HP. Damage dealt by counterattack. She does have a counterattack. Damage dealt by reflect damage. So I feel like I would put more HP on it. Maybe there's a reason that I'm not seeing that extra skill 1 crit damage though. Yeah, it looks like it's just speed proportional to lost HP. He wants Amelia to steal more turns. Speed under inability effect and speed plus proportional to lost HP. That's mostly what it looks like he wants on that for that. We have, I don't know what that means in Korean, but we have Water Homunculus, speed, crit damage, attack on the Water Homunculus. We have, this is the build for it. It's like a TOA build. Generally TOA build. Skill 1 recovery, that's not going to do anything. Skill 2 crit damage, crit rate increasing effect. I think this is mostly just for the flat attacks, honestly. Yeah, I think this is mostly just for the flat attacks over here. For that, but I just figured. That can't be fully ruined, right? No, that... We're going to say this is a work in progress. We're not really even going to show it because obviously this is not the build that he's going to keep on that. Let's take a look at, he's just on defense, crit damage, defense. Nice to see someone appreciating the defense bruiser build for this guy. Because I think too many people are bummed out by him if they just put him on, like fast and a lot of HP. And they're like, oh, I don't really like Abellio that much. And as soon as you like switch to a crit damage build, it's got high rune requirements, but as soon as you switch to a crit damage build, you start to appreciate Abellio more. You're like, okay, so he's a support, but he also does some decent damage. He can also kill things, so that kind of frees up some more slots for different things, right? So I actually think as soon as people put him on crit damage, again, high rune requirements, they enjoy using him more. So he is on speed, HP, of course, no surprise there. Some of these runes, man, not... Oh, never mind 28 speed. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff is kind of attainable, though. Pretty tanky, though. He's got defense plus 100 here. He's got defense increasing effect, crit rate increasing effect. Not like a super crazy Wusa rune that I would be like, oh my god, we need this on Wusa. This one's more of a Wusa rune. Skill 3, oh no, it's skill 3 recovery. Never mind. Skill 2 recovery plus 9, so his skill 2 actually has a recovery. Inflicts damage proportion to your max HP, recovers the HP of all allies by 15% of your max HP. So that's why extra max HP and skill 2 recovery plus 9 are the things that I would say go for on here. And then the skill 2, oh no, it's skill 2 accuracy, not skill 1 accuracy. I don't know why I thought that was skill 1 accuracy. But yeah, a lot of the stats here are kind of pointless aside from the flat HP and the skill 2 recovery. Those are kind of things. Maybe again, he stuck this on someone else at first and then decided to put that. We're not going to take a look at that. Let's take a look at this Samoth. 69 crit rate. So it looks like attack or damage. Yep, attack or damage attack. So it's not speed tuned specifically to go like for arena offense. This is more of like an arena defense kind of Samoth. Or like a counter cleave Samoth. Not necessarily a arena offense mon. Samoth, because first off, he doesn't have any accuracy, so that's not good. And second off, he's not speed tuned, he doesn't have enough speed. So if you guys are like, oh, I want to do Samoth Bastard, Kabila Lucian for my arena offense, not this one. You want more accuracy, you want more speed, you can sacrifice some of the attack power for that. Just FYI, just my 2 cents. Let's take I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if some has 6 Violet Runes, we're not gonna take a look at it, right? Because we know it's not like a finished legit build. We got speed, crit damage, and defense over here. Not super this one's not anything crazy, right? Not super crazy fast. Pretty good stats overall, but like not like, oh my god, like some of these are attainable, right? Like I could look at it and be like, yeah, I got runes that look like this on all my accounts, right? I'm sure you guys got the same. So some of these are pretty good though. Some of these are pretty good. This one's pretty beefy. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this one. We have defense, bomb damage plus, that's nothing. Defense plus proportion to lost HP, up to 9% damage received from light, life drain. Like, this is really not a great thing for Rika. So what I would look for Rika is like skill 2 accuracy plus whatever, skill 3 accuracy plus whatever. And then I feel like I would go for, I could go for a defense primary stat or HP primary stat. So he went for the defense. He went for the defense stats. Even though she's an attack type unit, when you use Rika in RTA, you build her basically fast, tanky with good accuracy. So that's what he's got. Accuracy could be better. Like, Bagel, you're literally complaining about stats on an account that's like way better than yours. I know. Attack plus proportion to lost HP up to 14%. These aren't really the things that I would even look for on Rika, to be honest. But these are the stats on Rika. Again, I would look for things that had substats that had high accuracy, like skill 2 accuracy, skill 3 accuracy. That's what I would try to go for on Rika. Let's take a look at the... So this is an interesting Vanessa. I actually already knew about this Vanessa. So this is like an arena defense Vanessa. She's got no crit rate. She's got almost no crit damage, basically, because 50 is the lowest crit damage you can get. She's tanky, and she has 100% resistance. So this is another build for kind of an uncommon build for Vanessa, because you usually see with the same amount, usually... I'm gonna try that again, Bagel. You usually see with the same amount of speed and a little less HP and a little less defense, but more crit rate and crit damage, right? So this is more of an arena defense Vanessa over here. Basically just for arena defense. Damage received from light, damage received from wind, crit damage received. Just extra tankiness, crit damage, skill 2. Skill 2 accuracy. At least he's got the skill. The skill 2 accuracy is not bad on Vanessa, because you generally don't put Vanessa accuracy on Vanessa in her stats. So if you can get a skill 2 accuracy on Vanessa, it's actually pretty decent. Skill 1 crit damage, skill 2 crit damage. There you go. But that's kind of an arena defense. That's not really an RTA Vanessa. That's more of an arena defense Vanessa. Then we have Vertiheal. Vertiheal looks like a crit damage build on this Vertiheal. He looks like a attack or damage attack on got some good tankiness as well. And one of the funny things is, like, ally accuracy plus 10. This could just be for a Punisher's Crypt team, right? Again, this is not how he's going to run it for RTA. This is a dungeon Vertiheal that he's got, I'm sure, for a Punisher's Crypt team. Let's take a look. He's got speed. Not that much speed on the unit, but speed for damage attack. Yep, you can definitely tell that it's on, and it's not even maxed. But this is probably speed tuned specifically for a Punisher's Crypt team. And then he's got this crit damage received -2, damage dealt on dark, damage received from fire -20. You know, maybe it's a dragon's. Maybe it's a dragon's Vertiheal. I'm starting to think it's the dragon's Vertiheal now. Damage received from fire -22% is huge. That's pretty huge. This looks like a Dragon's V10 Vertiheal. I take that back from before. Maybe he's using a Punisher Script too, but that looks like a Dragon's V10 Vertiheal. With the extra accuracy, because you need a lot of accuracy for Dragon's V10, and the damage received from fire -22%. This is looking at both attacks here, both attack subs, or attack artifacts. That's looking like absolutely a Dragon's V10 Vertiheal now. Then we have Oki is not finished. We have Oki is not. He's got a new name, guys. It's Oki is not finished. We have the Helena. She's on speed, crit damage, HP. I think these are the same. Some of these may be the same as his RTA runes, because we did take a look at his RTA runes as well in a previous video, just from stuff that he showed on stream. But at least we can take a look more at it. Damage received from fire -10%. Damage received from water -5%. And then what do we have here? We have defense and attack. Just because I mean, Helena needs a lot of all stats. Helena is just like a tanky bruiser kind of unit. So basically, a lot of different primary stats for these artifacts are going to be nice for her. Speed plus portion to lost HP, additional damage by 7% of defense. Defense plus portion to lost HP, speed under inability effects. So just, I mean, there's a lot of good stats on Helena. She also, accuracy, she can benefit from extra accuracy. She can benefit from extra tanky stats. She can benefit from extra, like, crit damage, because you build her with high crit rate anyway, so she cycles with her, this increases your attack power by 25% for each attack if you land a critical hit. This can be kind of scary, though, if you try to use her against less than a full team of monsters. Then she'll increase her attack gauge less, so keep that in mind as well. That's one of the reasons, like, Diana has a strip too, but there's a few other reasons. Diana just cycles more than Helena does, and also the dark one, Alexandra. Diana will cycle more than those units, just because it only needs one target, right? So let's take a look at this Chiwu. Chiwu's on speed, crit damage attack. So this is not an arena offense Chiwu. This is not an RTA. I'm sure he has Chiwu runed a different way for RTA if he's going to use it in RTA, which I actually don't think that he does. Actually, I know he has Chiwu runed a different way for RTA. You can take a look at that other video again. I said we did another video with his account like a couple weeks ago. So this is for the Steel Fortress. Attack, additional damage by 22% of speed, additional damage by damage dealt on wind. That's what that's for. Attack plus primary stat, damage dealt on wind. Skill 2 crit damage plus 14%, skill 1 accuracy. Not really that important. Damage received under inability effects there's inability effects in the Steel Fortress. So this is just, he's using this in his, this is what it's looking like. He's using this in his, not Punisher script, in his Steel Fortress B10 team. That's what the runes and the stats and the artifacts show me, right? We got this Daphnis. It looks like he's probably just using it for Guild Wars. Because it's kind of... Actually, yeah, this is a different build than his RTA one. So it looks like he's just using it like this for Guild Wars or maybe Steel Fortress. Because you can use it in Steel Fortress. I think he's probably not using it in Steel Fortress, but you can. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not entirely sure. Then we have Ciara. Ciara's on, let's take a look. Speed, crit damage. Nice, not even grinded. Speed, crit damage, and HP. Boom, boom, boom. Those are the stats on Ciara. We don't need to take too much of a look. We want to see mostly the artifacts. That's kind of the thing today. Speed, crit damage, HP. I see a lot of them on speed, crit damage, HP. Basically, you want him to be fast, tanky, bruiser. He needs a lot of stats, though. Wang needs a lot of stats. What does he have here? Crit damage received. Another one is damage received under inability effects. Okay. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the best stat for him. Just thinking out loud. Crit damage received -7%. That's good for him. What else? Yeah, just tanky bruiser stats basically. Skill 1 crit damage, damaged up by counterattack. Speed increasing vex. Skill 1 accuracy. I think skill 1 accuracy, skill 2 accuracy is going to be nice for Wang. But yeah, just bruiser stats. I think that things like gains more attack power and more defense when his HP gets lower. I think that's going to be nice for Fire Monkey too. And we have Rocky. Let's take a look at the Rocky. She's on speed crit damage HP. That's not what I was expecting on Rocky. I honestly was not expecting that at all on Rocky. So she's not going to hit very hard though. This Rocky. Look at that. She doesn't have very much attack power. He's got attack and subs. He's got his crit rate, attack, and crit damage here in subs. But man, she's probably like... Actually, he doesn't really use her too much in RTA anyway. I don't know how much he uses her in... but is this like a bruiser Rocky more than a DPS Rocky that's going to like actually kill things? Additional damage by 3% of attack. Damage received from water -17%. Additional damage by 63% of speed. Damage received from light -9%. This is definitely a different build from Rocky than I like. Because I tried to use this despair build at first, and I was like, man, she doesn't have enough damage. She doesn't have enough damage, and I was like, I can't use the despair because it's just not enough damage for her. But he's using this despair. Rocky, he doesn't really use it in RTA though, because I watched his RTA stuff. He doesn't really use it in RTA. But there it is for that. Skill 3 crit damage +8 is good. Skill 2 accuracy is actually good. Both of those are really good on here. Speed plus proportion to loss to HP. That makes more sense for a bruiser, and he's got it built as a bruiser instead of a DPS unit. So this is his Belager. That's a fat Belager. Oh my god, that Belager ate so much cake. What does he have here? He's got... I mean, of course he's got attack, crit damage, attack. How much HP? Yeah, attack, crit damage, attack. 29 crit damage. 29 crit damage. And he's got 60. Actually, this could be even better. Didn't think I was gonna say that. This could be like 23 on that attack. So he can get 7% more attack after that. Fantastic. And then what does he have? He's got attack and attack, I'm sure. He's got additional damage by 5% of attack. It's just a little extra damage. Crit rate increasing effect. Additional damage by 31% of speed. So there's just a little tiny bits of damage here and there. But mostly he's getting the attack primary stat out of this. Skill 4 crit damage. Skill 3 crit damage. Skill 4 crit damage though. There's no skill 4. It's just skill 3. So he's just getting the skill 3 crit damage. The skill 4 crit damage is like, that's for a samurai. That's for a samurai. That's for Christina. That's for stuff like that. Skill 3 accuracy. Damage done by counterattack. A lot of this stuff is just doing nothing for him. It's basically just his primary stat, and his skill 3 crit damage is doing the most stuff there. Unfortunately, because he could be even better, right? He'd be even crazier for this guy. And then we have Ciara. So Ciara is first off on Violent, which is nuts to have a almost 300 speed, a 292 speed. Ciara on Violent. Speed, HP, 32. He must love this Ciara, man. This is the best rune, like, Violent Ciara I've ever... Usually I don't even see Violent Ciaras. I see, like, Swift Ciaras, but... Violent Ciara, that much accuracy. I mean, not very much accuracy. That much speed. Defense plus 62, defense plus proportion to lost HP, speed increasing effect. Skill 3 accuracy, that's good on Clara. That's the one you want to go for on Clara. And just tankiness, right, generally, because people usually don't build super DPS heavy Claras. From what I've seen, right, even though she is an attack type unit, they usually build her very fast and good accuracy. That's usually what I see on Claras. And she'll always do, the cool thing about Clara is her AI is she'll always do her skill 3 first as long as she has max HP. As long as she has, yeah, as long as she has her HP is full. Skill 3 accuracy is the one you want to go for there, though. Very nice. And then we have, just crazy to see that fast on Violent. Then we have HP, crit damage HP. He's got more of a bruiser build for this Kamoon on Violent. That's nasty. I'm sure he's using oh my god. I actually don't know. I was gonna say I'm sure he's using with Odin on the Guild Wars, and I'm like, no, he could be using it with many different comps on Guild Wars because Kamoon is so viable on Guild Wars just in general. And extra HP and extra HP. Skill 2 crit damage. His skill 2 hits pretty hard though already. Speed proportion to lost HP is also good on Kamoon. Additional damage by 1% of HP, damage dealt on light, attack bar when revived, additional damage by... So basically it's just for the primary HP stat here, and the skill 2 crit damage is actually pretty good here, and the speed plus, so this one's a better artifact than this one. But how many do we even go through? I feel like we didn't even go through that many. There's a lot of LDs though, there's a lot of LDs. Okay. That's an HP, that's an attack crit damage HP, Perna. That's 30,000 HP. And he's still got that much attack power on that Perna. Jeez. Oh my god. Okay. Oh yeah, and he's got the, of course, he's got the artifacts. Definitely improve it. Attack power here. Damage dealt by reflect damage, pointless. Damage dealt on fire is not bad. Crit rate increasing effect if he's using it with things that have a crit buff, but probably not. Mostly just there for the flat attack and the damage dealt on fire probably. Skill 2 recovery. Skill 2 recovery. But that's not. You want the skill 3 recovery? No, we need a skill 3 recovery. Flat attack. Skill 2 crit damage is really nice on Perna. Skill 3 recovery is nice on Perna. I heard from some people, I didn't test it out myself, I heard from some people that skill 3 recovery does work with this passive. Same thing with Chow, so it does work with passives according to what people have mentioned to me. Then we have, let's take a look. We have attack, crit damage, and HP on Perna. That's a fat Perna, man. There's a lot of fat stuff on this account. So we have Juno. Juno's on speed. It looks like she's speed crit rate HP. Speed crit rate HP. And pretty standard to have her on either Nemesis or Revenge. Pretty standard there. Very fast subs. Looking like he still needs a gem for that. Crit damage received, -5. Damage dealt on wind, not bad, right? Damage dealt on wind. You usually use her against Gani Hathors, so damage dealt on wind makes sense. Extra HP. Extra anything primary stat is good on Juno, because you kind of want a lot of different stats on Juno. Like, you want a lot of HP and defense and attack power, because Juno can be a decent bruiser. Mine is actually on crit damage, weirdly enough, right? Defense plus portion to lost HP, 9. That's pretty good. Crit rate increasing effect. I feel like for Juno, speed increased under inability effects is going to be really strong on her. And then we have attack. Like I said, Juno could do a lot of things with a lot of different stuff. A lot of things with a lot of different stuff. Wow. Speed plus portion to lost HP. And then also I think speed plus after inability. Speed plus under inability effects is going to be really nice on her. Skill 2 accuracy is nice. Skill 2 crit damage is nice. Right, especially if you have high crit rate on any of these oracles, really. Extra crit damage is nice if you have high crit rate, and accuracy on the oracles as well. I mean, she only really needs accuracy for skill 2, so the skill 1 accuracy is kind of like missed on here. But yeah, that's Juno. Let's take a look at Belinus. He's looking like he's on defense, crit damage, HP with speed and subs probably. No, speed, crit damage, HP. I really thought it was defense, crit damage, HP, man. I really did. Speed crit damage HP. But he does have a decent amount of defense though. You gotta think about that. He does have a decent amount of defense. I thought he was just getting in subs. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Damage received from fire. Attack plus proportion to lost HP, because he's kind of a bruiser unit. Damage dealt on wind +7. Usually you bring him against like wind and fire teams. Damage dealt by reflect damage. Skill 2 accuracy is important on Belinus, because he's got a skill 2. Continue. Actually, skill 3 is the one that I was thinking of. But yeah, skill 2 does require that. I would be more excited about the skill 3 accuracy, actually. Attack plus proportion to lost HP up to 16%. Skill 2 crit damage, defense plus proportion to any tanky bruiser stats. There's a lot of good stats that are going to be good on... Belinus. Wow. How not redundant, right? But yeah, Belinus is kind of flexible in the artifacts that you can stick on him. Because I think a lot of stuff would be decent on him, right? Then we have, this is not runed. Yeah. Anything that has over 4 violent runes, I'm just going to not show. We're just going to not show that. So this is, guys, is he for guild siege defense at somewhere? I would be kind of surprised that he's using Eladril for guild siege defense if he is. But triple HP. Maybe he's not, I don't know exactly where he's using it, but it looks like he is using it somewhere. Defense, damage sheet from fire, minus 11%. Makes sense for an Eladril, definitely. Defense plus and HP plus is good for Eladril. Both of those are good. Damage dealt by attacking together is kind of pointless. Not that he was going for that. Again, a lot of these things are like, not that people are going for them. It's just that's what happened to be on these artifacts, and they're like, I'll stick it on until I get something better. Right? Damage sheet from dark, minus 5%. I wonder if there's a specific reason for that. Damage received under ability effects. So HP is great on Eladril, extra HP. Damage received under any ability, minus 4. Skill 1 recovery, pointless, because artifacts. Speed plus proportion to lost HP up to 10%. That's not bad for Eladril. Skill 3 recovery plus 9%. Okay, revives dead ally. I'm trying to remember how exactly it's worded. Revives a dead ally and fills up its HP the maximum amount. Also revives other dead allies with 30% of their AP. So any additional dead allies. Actually, you know what? He's probably using it in Tartarus. That's where he's probably using it. So I know exactly probably where he's using it now. So this is gonna just extra a little bit of HP. Extra little bit of HP. Consume your HP additionally, but it's for the basically it's for the skill 3 recovery is for the extra unit that he revives after the first one. And then we have Ciara. So Ciara's got she's got decent crit rate, she's got decent accuracy. She is looking like she could go a lot of ways, man. She could go a lot. She's speed something HP, but let's take a look at the Ciara. She's on speed. Yep, she's on speed, HP. Okay. But that's not really a crazy... I don't know. Maybe he's just using for Guild Wars or something. I don't see him using Ciara in RTA, though. So I guess that makes sense there. Because I don't think I was really watching him pick Ciara in RTA. Maybe he just uses it for Guild Wars or something. But I got a lot of these runes. The runes where it's like, oh, it's got HP and attack and defense, but this much speed. And I'm like, why did it roll this much speed? So yeah, I got plenty of those runes. Oh my god. So there's the stats for that. Damage dealt on light, damage dealt on fire, damage received from light, damage received on... Okay, so just extra stats. Skill 1 crit damage, with a decent crit rate. That's not bad actually. Skill 2 accuracy. Skill 2 accuracy, yes, that's nice. Skill 2 crit damage, pointless. Additional damage by 21% of speed. And then we have, here's the Feng Yen. Let's take a look at him. He's on, looks like a speed, defense, HP. Don't go, I know he awakens into crit rate. You don't have to go crit rate, crit damage on Feng Yen. Just make him fast, make him tanky. Good defense, good HP. Good resistance, also important. And don't put accuracy on slot 6, please, on Feng Yen. He does multi-hits, he's gonna get those defense, but he's got a few chances to get the defense break, so. Let's take a look at, he's on HP, defense. And he's on Endure. Boom, boom, those are the stats. Their defense plus proportion to lost HP, makes sense. Extra defense, primary stat. Damage dealt on Dark, damage dealt from Reflect damage. Crit rate increasing effect. Not really anything too relevant, honestly. Just the first stat and a flat defense, I feel, is what he's gonna be for. Or what's best on him. Defense again, primary stat, defense increasing effect, speed increasing effect, skill 2 recovery. Skill 2 recovery at least makes sense. He's got a skill 2 that has some heal on it. Let's take a look at the Leo. Leo is on HP, crit damage, and HP on violent. He does use Leo a lot. So you see Leo's got pretty good stats though. Pretty good stats. Almost 200 crit damage on violent. And he's got 37,000 HP. Pretty good attack power too. Good stats overall. Accuracy is a little on the low side, but should I really be complaining about accuracy on the low side? Because I don't even know. My accuracy is probably like 2. How'd you get 2, babe? I don't know. I don't know how I got 2. Damage dealt on water plus 11%. Defense increasing effect plus 7. Damage received from fire minus 5. That's good for Leo. A lot of people like to use fire units against Leo. Damage dealt on water makes sense, right? Because you're going to be critting on water. Where exactly do people use Leo the most in RTA? I'm trying to... I mean, against things that do damage based on speed, against, like, fast control comps. That's basically it, right? And then he brings them in a lot with the... that was a rhetorical question. I already know. You can type in... I know. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking more to myself and saying it out loud. I gotta stop saying things out loud. Skill 1 crit damage, skill 2 crit damage, both nice for Leo. Extra attack power. Leo can use a lot of different stats. Extra HP, extra attack power, extra defense, all good on Leo. Additional damage by 1% of HP. You don't get too excited about that. Yeah, extra crit damage though. Just another bruiser unit. Use a lot of nice bruiser stats. Here is the, I was gonna say Daphnis. Ganymede, a little bit slower than does he use Ganymede that often? I think he does. But, I mean, RTA runes can be different than, RTA runes can be different. So we have speed, HP over here. Not anything too insane for the level of this account. This is not one of his priorities for the violent runes, as you can see, because he's got some other things that are runed way faster on violent. So he's got speed increasing. He's got HP primary. He's got defense primary here. Both of them are fine. Speed increasing effect plus 10%. Damage dealt on dark plus 6%. I feel like unless you're gonna, because he has a 740% multiplier on skill 3 with the sealed magic. So I feel like if you're gonna run him for damage, like the damage, of course, damage dealt on dark, damage dealt on water makes sense, but like, aside from that, if you're not running a damage Ganymede, because you can run a damage Ganymede, then really he's not going to do too much damage. It's just a support build, right? So I feel like it would be better to, I mean, I know it would be better to have different stats on this artifact for the Ganymede, but of course, I'm sure he's just like, I got to put something on it for now, because if he's competing at that high level of RTA, you can't just do it without any artifacts. You have to be like, I got to get whatever I can get on it immediately and max to plus 15, because those little extra, even if it's not the right stats, it's like the little extra little things here and there make a huge difference, right? Especially when you're going into like 10, 20 rounds in, you're like, okay, it's like 20 turns in, sorry. Things start to add up, right? Things start to do more damage. Things start to make more little extra damage, little chip damage extra every single time a unit moves. Adds up over the course of the entire battle. So that's why it's important if you want to like seriously take RTA seriously. Upgrade towers, max your runes, grind your runes. Max your runes, grind your runes, upgrade towers. You want me to say it again? No, I'm not going to say it again. So here we have attack bar and revived. Sometimes people use... I don't really love that skill just in general. That stat in general. Damage received under inability effects, minus 9%. Damage dealt by counterattack. Plus 3. Speed under inability effect. Sometimes people use Ganymede to counter, like, to break up the Gany-Hathor combos. Like, okay, Hathor first pick. Well, then I'm going to pick this and a Ganymede. This way you can't Gany-Hathor me. This way I steal the Ganymede and I'm safe from at least that disgusting combo. So anyway, sometimes he does get CC'd. So, things like damage received under ability effects, speed under inability effects is nice to have those. He's got just HP, defense, HP on this Jameer. It's probably for like Rift Beast or something. He's got another 2 Feng Yens. If you guys are wondering like what units are good to have dupes of, he's got 3 Feng Yens built. I have 2 Feng Yens built. I like Feng Yen. Defense, defense, defense. Boom, boom, boom. He's gonna do more damage because he's more of a defense. I think he's got roughly the same stats, just more defense, right? Yeah, he's just got better stats. Oh, he's got a little less speed, and 400 more defense. Excuse me. And he's got, I already showed the runes, right? Defense, defense, defense. He's got the same, basically the same HP, but just triple defense instead of HP to defense, right? Damage dealt by counterattack. He does a counterattack. Attack increasing effect, that's usually not too relevant with Feng Yen unless you're using him with Fran. Damage received from wind minus 10%. Life drain plus 2%. But you'd have to have some kind of life drain kind of thing with that, right? Damage dealt by counterattack. Damage dealt by counterattack and defense primary stats are both good. Crit increasing effect, crit damage received, that's really not too... Crit damage received is okay, but it's only 2%, it's really not that much. Triana, we can't even see too much of the Triana, but she's got pretty good stats, considering she's looking like she's defense HP, something like that. HP, oh, triple HP, okay, triple HP, and just defense and subs. Defense 24 in subs, defense 20 in subs, defense 34 in subs. Yeah, it's got some decent defense subs, even though it's technically not even fully runed, still looking pretty good. It's not really going to violent proc. I like this Triana. This Triana is not going to violent proc. Speed under indebility effects plus 3. Bomb damage plus... Nice. Got to make sure you get that nice Triana bomb. See, this is why it's like... I like, artifacts are cool, but also at the same time, it's like... So many of these have stats that obviously... Obviously 4Baby doesn't want these stats on some of his units. And it's just like, that's what it happened to have on it. So that's what it's on it. Attack bar and revive, additional damage. But I mean, sometimes people do Vanessa Triana combos. It's not unheard of to do Vanessa Triana. I know you guys like, yeah, we've seen a million of those. Additional damage by 4% of defense. And then just more HP. Just more HP resistance tankiness. Defense plus proportion to lost HP is pretty nice on her. Additional damage by 3% of attack. Attack plus proportion to lost HP up to 19%. Things that happen based on her lost HP are actually nice on her, in my opinion, because generally she gets targeted a lot, right? So she's going to have lost HP, so they're going to activate more than other units. And then I feel like some other units that just get one-shotted, like, for example, I would say maybe who gets, like, one-shotted pretty easily? Like Lucian, let's say. It's something extra proportion to lost HP. Like, you're not really going to, like... If Lucian's starting to take damage, he's usually just dying, right? That's basically it. If you're not outspeeding and nuking with Lucian, he's not a bruiser, right? So it makes more sense on a bruiser than it does on a fast DPS unit. Anyway, what else do we see on here? Yeah, we saw everything on here. And another Feng Yen, so he's going to revenge even when he doesn't have his counterattack up. Fantastic. It's okay. Like, he's fairly similar stats. A little bit less juicy than the last ones, right? A little bit less juicy, so he's just on speed, HP, defense. That's why he's got less stats than the other one, because it's not fully grinded. And then he's got extra defense here. He's got extra defense here. Accuracy, skill 3 accuracy is not... it needs to be skill 1 accuracy. Well, skill 2 recovery, though. That's at least damage dealt by counterattack plus 3. That's at least beneficial. The defense primary stat is beneficial. Damage received from fire is pretty good on Feng Yen, actually. That's not bad. Crit damage received minus 5%. That's not bad either. So those are actually pretty good on Feng Yen. Because a lot of times people like to hit him with fire-based units. Obviously. Is it obvious? Yeah, it should be obvious. Then we have Diana. We're not going to look at Diana because she's got 6 violent runes, so it's not quite finished. Here's the Katarina. Katarina's 2102. 240 crit damage. Almost no speed, but usually Katarina doesn't need a crazy amount of speed anyway, right? You just want a bunch of damage from her. That's not bad, man. Some beefy runes. Beefy runes. And even... See, here's another thing. Here's another thing I want you guys to take notice of. He actually gemmed flat attack because he wanted to get as much damage out from Katarina as possible. So he actually, instead of gemming out like, oh, I want to do defense or like a defense percentage, it's like, no. And a lot of people like to do this with Lucians as well, is like they have the crit rate, they have the crit damage, they have the attack on the rune. They're going to gem in like a legendary gem of flat attack. So it's like, oh, it's a legendary gem, but it's flat attack. What am I going to do with this? And some people sell it because it's flat. But it's actually good on some of these just burst damage units, right? So keep that in mind. Same thing with like defense plus flat defense on like a bulldozer or a copper. So just keep that in mind on that. Boom, boom, boom. Take a look at that. And of course, you're gonna have attack and hopefully crit damage. Skill 3 extra crit damage, right? That's what we hope for on the Katarina. So we've got flat attack here. Attack increasing effect plus 3%. That's not bad because you always use him with tech. You always use her with attack increase. Attack bar when revived, not really relevant. Damage dealt by counterattack plus 2, not really relevant. Just there for the flat attack here. Flat attack here again. Skill 2 crit damage would be better if it was skill 3, right? I'm sure he wanted it to be skill 3. Attack plus proportion to lost HP would be better on a bruiser, but yeah, it would be better on like a G or Chow or something like that. But at least the skill 2 crit damage, mostly there for just like the flat the flat attack, right? And then we have this is clearly not. It's amazing runes, wow, amazing runes on that Tiana. Let's take a look at the Tyrannus. I believe he uses Tyrannus a decent amount, right? If I remember correctly. I know he uses the dark one a lot. A lot. And we're gonna see, yeah, we're gonna see some LDs. We're gonna see some LDs. But he uses the dark one a lot. This looks like it's a defense, crit damage defense over here. Speed! Speed, crit damage, and defense. Boom, boom, boom. Could have been defense, crit damage, defense. Look, he's got 39% defense there, man. You gotta really fault me for 39. Yeah, I know. You know what I gotta get used to, though, is that the stats are gonna be higher with these new artifacts anyway. So something that I may be like, oh, it's defense, crit damage. Like, no, it's just the extra defense he's getting in the artifacts. So, right, defense and defense. Yep, there we go. But anyway, did I show all that? Yeah, I showed all that. 40% defense there. See, the 40% and 39%. That's why I thought it was a defense slot too. Plus the plus like there's 32% defense there. So that's why I thought that it was gonna be a slot 2 defense, man. You can't hold it. Yeah, I know you hold it against me anyway. Damage received from wind minus 5%. Damage dealt on water plus 8%. Damage received from fire. Damage received on Tyrannus is really nice, actually. Damage received under ability effects is minus 5. A lot of people like to CC Tyrannus, so speed plus under inability effects is nice too for him. Damage dealt by attacking together is not really relevant. Damage under inability minus 4 is okay. Speed increasing effect. If he's using this with vigor, would be nice, right? Sometimes people do. Skill 2 crit damage is also nice on him because skill 2 does a lot of damage. So there it is on him. Savannah. So this is actually different because we saw in RTA he had it runed kind of weird. It was speed attack, and I was like, what? Speed attack. And this is definitely different from his RTA build. Definitely different. So it's looking like it's definitely speed. It's probably violent, right? It's probably that speed on violent. 284 on violent. Oh my god. 284 on violent. Speed, crit damage, attack. Let's take a look. Of course it is. 28 subs, 26. Every time I see like 280 speed on violent, I expect it to be like 30 speed subs, and it never is, and I'm like, then why aren't my units 280 speed on violent? Really? Because I kind of feel like they should be. Defense plus, so he's got a flat attack, and she needs a lot of attack. She does stuff based on her attack power, of course. So this is... No, is it this one? Yeah, if these enemies' defense is lower than your attack power, decrease the enemy's attack bar by 75% if the enemy's attack speed is lower than yours. So you do need a lot of attack power on her. That's why you don't ever see any HP slots, or maybe you do, but you shouldn't see HP slot 6s on Savannah because she needs that attack power is a condition for one of her debuffs to activate. So she's on, again, speed, crit damage. Where were we? Speed, crit damage, attack. These. And you can also slow it down. If I'm going too fast, you could slow the video down in the video settings. Attack primary stat, right? Just so it's got an extra chance for the extra stats for the debuffs to activate. Defense plus proportional lost HP is not bad. Damage dealt by counterattack. I mean, I feel like she's still kind of a little bit on the squishy side that you would kind of want other stats on her. Maybe like extra accuracy. I feel like I would want extra accuracy on her skill 3. That's what I would hope for. Maybe extra crit damage on skill 2. Those are kind of the things that I would hope to get. Crit damage received minus 5%. It's not bad for her because a lot of times she's the target. Skill 2 accuracy, perfect. Skill 1 accuracy, that's only a speed break if I recall correctly for Savannah. I would much rather have skill 3 accuracy, but again, whatever drops is what he's got to put on. He can't put on things that don't drop, right? Crit damage received minus 4%, attack increasing effect plus 2. So boom, boom. There we go. This is not runed. Yeah, that's not runed. This is looking like it is nice. Looking like it's nice. This is 48,000 before any towers are applied or anything's 48,000 HP. And pretty deep. No accuracy though. Nailed it. Nailed it. It doesn't matter. On Guild War defense, she's still gonna land all her debuffs. HP. Lots of tankiness. Lots of stats overall. She's got the extra HP here. Damage received from... Yeah, I think damage received is gonna be really good on her for Guild War defense. Damage received from anything. Damage dealt by reflect damage. Speed plus... Reflect damage is really not... There's not really too many units that even use that though. Right? Speed plus proportion to lost HP is not bad. Defense here, attack plus proportion to lost HP, speed under ability effects, crushing and damage attack. I mean, it's just for the stats, right? Nothing like really too crazy. Yen Hong is not finished. Yen Hong is not finished. Okay. I didn't actually see him using this in RTA. You'd think if you got Yen Hong, man, you're gonna use it, right? Nope. He did not. Low crit rate on purpose. High accuracy. You see this accuracy? That looks like a speed HP accuracy for Fran. Is that weird? That's weird to me. That high accuracy? Speed? Oh, yeah. Speed HP and accuracy. I honestly, I don't know what to make of this. I know she's got a debuff on skill 1, but... Attack break and attack gauge reduction. Skill 1. Needs, it's mandatory. That's that for the that's that for the friend. You make what you want of that. I don't really know what to make of that accuracy. Like, you really wanted that accuracy, but I have no idea why it was so important to him. I'm sure there's a reason, I just don't know what it is. Then we've got El Shara, so it looks like he's on speed or damage HP. Yep. Speed or damage HP. Violent Nemesis. Over here, I'm not sure what he's using this. Maybe he's using for Guild Wars, Guild Siege, whatever. No artifacts on it though. Maybe Dragon's B12. He's probably not, actually, he's probably not farming Dragon's B12 yet. He's probably just farming. He's probably like, I farmed enough of that. He's probably going crazy ham on artifacts, trying to get these artifacts. So this is God tier Artemail. Beautiful Artemail. As an Artemail owner, I know that this is a beautiful Artemail. Look at that. That's a lot of stats on that Artemail. Jeez. Defense, crit damage, defense. He's very proud of this Artemail and the Ragdoll too. He's very proud of that. Damage received from Dark, minus 21%. Wonder why specifically if he was going for Dark. Damage received from Dark. I'm not sure. Maybe against Gianna's or Ragdolls, but I'm not sure what he specifically had in mind against that, right? Because there's a lot of different things like to units like to hit Artemail, right? Attack bar and revived, defense plus portion to lost HP. He's actually great on Artemail, and then the extra defense makes him hit harder. He does damage based on his defense. Additional damage by so it's like another defense flat. Defense plus proportion to lost HP up to 12%, which is again really nice. Skill 1 crit damage. That's the only skill that does any damage, so skill 1 crit damage is not bad. Crit damage received is also not bad on Artemail as well. And then we have Charger Shark Dover. Very nice. So it's the way he's triple attack, accuracy and subs, speed and subs, HP and subs, right? Yep. Triple attack. Boom, boom, boom. And all that. 44% attack. Oh my god. And then what does he have here? Bomb damage. Finally, bomb damage. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have an attack though. Primary stat. I figured he might have an attack primary stat. Damage dealt on fire +6. Damage received from light -3. Damage dealt under ability effects -4. Basically just for the bomb damage. Basically, finally a unit that bomb damage. Additional damage by 122% of speed. I'm sure this is not the one he was going for. He probably put it on and he's like, okay, I'm going to upgrade it. Hopefully I get skill 2 accuracy or bomb damage. And it rolled additional damage by 122 of speed. Not the stats. There was 2 stats that he could have rolled that he wanted. Accuracy and bomb damage. Didn't get either of those. Got additional damage by 122% of speed. Not what he wanted. And I'm sure he wanted the attack power primary stat for both of these as well. But anyway, let's take a look at this guy. I'm sure he's got 85% resistance. He's very efficient. 85% resistance. Okay. HP on Despair and Guard. Usually don't see too many of these guys out in high level accounts, right? So he's got defense plus 100%, damage received from dark minus 10%, damage received from water minus 4%, defense increasing effect, damage dealt by reflect damage. Then we have HP. I just figured he was gonna have both HPs. Extra accuracy for skill 2. There's no skill 3 because it's a passive. It doesn't need accuracy. So defense plus proportion to lost HP would be nice. He's got Oberon, but it's not fully finished. It's on attack and attack, of course. And then it's gonna be crit damage, right? But he probably stuck the he pulled the crit damage to put it on someone else, right? And then we have damage received from light, a crit rate increasing effect plus 12%, damage received from water minus 10%, speed plus portion to lost HP. I think that's probably not the one he's gonna want on it eventually, because there's so much better that he could do. Skill 1 crit damage. I mean, he ultimately is gonna want skill 3 crit damage. Attack primary stats on both of these. Skill 3 crit damage would be nice. And then maybe some damage mitigation. Extra attack power after you have like an attack power buff. One of those. Damage dealt by attacking together. Damage dealt by... Yeah, these are not really the stats that he wants on it. I can just tell by looking at it. These aren't the stats he's specifically going for on these. Let's take a look at this one. It's on speed, HP, accuracy. Speed, HP, accuracy. She's still not gonna... It's not a high activation rate anymore because it got nerfed a while ago. But it's on plus 167. Very accurate though. Very high accuracy. Extra HP here. Bomb damage. Pointless. Life drain. She doesn't really life drain. Damage received from water. Damage dealt on fire. Skill 2 accuracy. Skill 1 crit damage. Really not. Speed plus portion to lost HP might be nice on her. Extra HP is nice. Over there. Let's take a look at the Lauren. So Lauren is actually slow. Lauren is actually slow. Speed, defense, HP. It's a very accurate. Maybe he's just using her for Steel Fortress right now, and he's gonna re-rune her later. I'm trying to think where he's gonna use his Lauren at this speed. Dragons in Steel Fortress, maybe somewhere around that area of the game. That's all that this tells me. And then the Revenge. Crit rate increasing effect, and she's got she's got 100% accuracy, but just in subs. She awakens into accuracy too, so he needs 60 from these runes. 22 and 23 there, so that's 45. So he just needs another 15 from the rest of these. Yep, 16 there. Yeah, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of overkill on the accuracy, actually. Not even... Okay, I don't know that he's using this Lauren too much, because she's not even fully skilled up. So he's not quite gonna land all the things that he needs to land. By the way, guys, Lauren being skilled up is actually kind of good if you want reliable runs in dungeons. Just FYI. So anyway, he's got... What does he have here? I'm not taking too much... damage received from wind, so maybe this is for Steel Fortress, right? Defense plus portion to lost HP, speed under inability. Under inability, Steel Fortress would also make sense there. So anyway, let's take a look at this beautiful ragdoll. Oh my god. So, definitely HP, crit damage HP. 43,000 plus 44,000 HP ragdoll. With attack, with defense, with still some speed, and then also crit rate, crit damage. That's a fat ragdoll. Oh my god. He's very proud of this ragdoll though. That's not even max. That could be even more efficient as far as like speed. So he can even do much better there. Fat stats. Fat stats. How many of these have innates? Every single one of them, right? No! One of them does not have an innate. They're not max innates either, but it's still a very fat ragdoll. Very fat ragdoll. What does he want? Extra HP. Damage received from dark. Damage dealt on wind. Crit damage received. Attack plus proportion to the lost HP. So they're not bad. They're stats that, like, they all work kind of on ragdoll. For him, speed plus proportion to lost HP. Could be kind of nice so that you get more access to your torrent, right? Crit damage received, -3. Damage dealt by reflect damage, +1. He does do, over here, reflect damage. Actually, yeah, the one that actually does reflect damage, damage dealt by reflect damage, +1%. Wow, what a tremendous, thank you, Comtuus. What a tremendous stat. 1%, fantastic. Damage received under inability, -3. A lot of people like to CC ragdolls. Ragdoll things in general, ragdoll teams. Let's take a look at this one. So it's, well, we already saw he's on attack or damage tech. Sorry, attack or damage HP. I really thought he was on attack or damage tech. Tech or damage HP, he's on. I was not expecting that. Fat stats overall though. He apparently loves his crow. Extra HP here. Damage received from dark, defense increasing effect. I'm wondering if this is for dungeons, if he's like farming the dungeons with this and is just more reliable if he has it on HP with attack sub for some reason. There we go, crit rate increasing effect over there. That's a fat crow. That's a not a free to play crow. This is not runed. That is actually runed, but it's also not runed. It's basically not runed. This guy, so what does he have? I expected actually more from him. Oh, he's missing a rune as well. And that's why I was expecting more. I'm like, he's not as, quite as. So it looks like he was missing a crit damage rune. You can see the 63% crit rate. So that means he's on, would normally be on crit damage. Would normally be even faster. But look at this, this is like stats that like many people watching, like that's the stats that I would have on him. And mine isn't missing runes. And he's not even quite those stats anyway. So he's on speed, and it would be crit damage over here on slots 4. And then HP over here for slot 6. But he's got a pretty good pater to be good even missing a rune, right? Additional damage by 5% of defense, speed plus proportion to lost HP. Damage received from dark, -12%. Damage received from fire, -5%. Extra HP here. Skill 2 accuracy. I don't think his skill 2 does any accuracy, right? Yeah, his skill 2 doesn't do any accuracy, so there's really not anything for there. Crit damage received, -4%. Crushing hit damage, +11%. Could be much better stats though. I mean, could be much better subs. Again, these things just came out, not like he's putting the super like. Of course, in a year from now, things are gonna look very different. It's gonna be everything's on him, like everything would be on him specifically for a reason. Oh my God, he built a Jaina. This is missing runes. Yeah, that's missing runes. This is HP crit damage HP, looks like. Or speed crit damage HP. HP crit damage HP. Clearly, he put his best rune sets on this guy. I mean, he did. He is still pretty decently runed, right? Damage received from light -18%. Damage received from dark -11%. Damage dealt on dark. Extra tankiness, crit damage. That's what I would go for. I would go for a lot of HP, a lot of extra crit damage. For that, I think skill 2 recovery, he actually does have a, he actually does have a recovery with skill 2. So some of that actually makes sense. And then we have Jaina. Oh my God. This is not runed. Right, that's not rude. Let's take a look at the Zeratu. Zeratu's on revenge. His revenge is nasty on Zeratu. Nasty, nasty. Attack, crit damage, and attack over here. Boom, boom, boom. And still has a decent amount of, he still has 20,000 plus HP, 21,000 HP before towers and everything, before towers, leader skills, etc. And he has over here extra attack power. And he has over here skill 1 crit damage, skill 2 accuracy, because skill 1 is the only one that's actually a skill, right? This is the one that's doing damage. This is not doing damage, it's just a buff. And then this is just a passive. So skill 1 is the one that does the actual damage. Skill 3 accuracy. Yeah, it's just the accuracy. It's not. His skill 1 accuracy would be landing the dots. Skill 2 accuracy is nothing, basically. So a lot of this stuff is just not necessarily going to benefit him too much. Oh my God. Jaina! Oh my God. Okay. Let's take a look at Jaina. Defense, HP, accuracy. Fantastic. Runes on Jaina. This is the worst monster. Oh my god. His budget Hathor, but also not a Hathor. Like, a month ago, if you saw this on a Legend Contenders account, you'd be like, yo, he got dared and he was also stoned. Both of those together, and that's why that unit is built. Balls. Yeah, so anyway, fantastic. There we go. There we go. There's the stats on Jaina. Fantastic. Anyway, that's it for this one. Oh my god, this was such a long video. Probably gonna be like forever, like super late at night or whatever when I publish this or something. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always. I'm gonna gotta finish this, eat something, record another video. Gotta love it. Anyway, I'll see you as always in the next one.